today is not going to plan. Oh God, I'm stressed out. I almost didn't film myself then. I was like, I've got to film myself because of where I'm going. And I'm scared of seeing my ex, who the police were allowed to harass and intimidate me. But that doesn't surprise anyone because the police will let anyone do whatever they want to me. God. My heart's full on racing. I feel panicked. Deep breath. Oh God. Do you know what? Yesterday, my mental health weren't great. I mean, it's not great anyway. I'm being picked on by the police. What's she called? Emma Martin. Nearly said the wrong place. She's always like offhand with me in email. She's not even part of that team. Anyway, she's affected my mental health for the last 2 days, like Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm still not feeling good today. And yesterday I was just so mentally drained. I struggled to get out of the house. I had to go out of the house because I needed to pop to the shop. I then drove to the wrong place to walk the dog. I think I filmed that. I think I was filming and I was like, I've gone to the wrong place. Yeah, because I'm stressed out. Anyway, went home. I can't remember what I did, but I had planned to go out again with the dog because the walk we did wasn't long enough. I think it was between 40 and 45 minutes, but I really struggled on the walk. I'd gone to the wrong place. I had a walk in my mind that I was going to do. Don't know how long that walk was that I'd planned. I'd never done that particular route. I've done parts of that route and stuff, but I've never done the route that I'd planned in my head, so I can't even estimate how long it was going to take anyway. But that's the route I had in my head. Anyway, because I was so stressed out about having to leave the house and being scared and everything, I just went to the wrong place. So the walk ended up, and also the dog dragged me continuously. I'd say 95% of that walk she was dragging me. I constantly kept saying, don't drag me, don't drag me. I kept pulling back on the lead, like getting hold of the handle and trying to pull back. She was just on one, and she was not only dragging, she was going fast. And I'd put a jacket on because it was really windy and chilly, but I was sweating the entire time. So no matter what I'd done, I was either going to be too cold or sweating. Anyway, I got home and I don't know what I did. I can't remember. And then I decided I didn't want to eat a proper meal again because for the last couple of days since I was upset by said DI, I've not really wanted to eat. And I've just been eating randomly, like not proper meals. I think last night Buddy eventually made some pasta and had a can of tuna, but I didn't have tuna pasta. I had them on the plate but separate because that's what I wanted. Didn't enjoy it, didn't feel better for eating. And I was meant to take the dog out and then it started raining. Now typically I will walk the dog in the rain, but it was dark. And I didn't want to go out in the dark and the rain because I'm not feeling great. Mentally, physically, in general, whatever. So I thought if it stops raining I will take her out, but it didn't stop raining and I couldn't be bothered, blah 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 blah. Can't see. I shouldn't say I can't see in a bloody video. You're all going to think I'm bloody blind and trying to drive round. I can see where I'm going, I just meant I couldn't see past something. So anyway, I bloody burnt my finger on my hair straightener. Not that I've got my hair straightener with me. I know people take things literally when I say it. I don't literally mean I'm sat straightening my hair in the car. I just want to get that right for the people who like to think the worst of me, aka the police. I don't have my hair straightener in the car, as you can see. My hands are, well, one's on the wheel, obviously. So yeah, and then I went upstairs and I was so tired. I was actually meant to wash my hair last night, and I was so tired. I was like, I can't even get in the bath. Like, I can't do it. I'm so tired because I was going to have a shower bath. I weren't just going to go and get the shower. because I ache, so I need to have baths at the moment because I am in so much pain everywhere, especially my dodgy hip. So it's like I'll just get up an hour earlier than planned and do it then. And I thought if I'm going to bed earlier, then that's not going to be a problem. I'll just get up an hour before I typically get up on a Friday. So I eventually did lie down and go to sleep. And then I woke up in a panic about 5-ish, 10 to 5. Really panicked. And it's all to do with like the reason why I'm filming now, because I'm scared to drive anywhere. Not that me filming is going to protect me. Even if like me filming showed a crime, the police wouldn't want the evidence anyway. Isn't that right? D.I. Heather Martin. So woke myself up a bit. It took me ages. I was so tired, I physically was struggling to get out of bed. Like physically struggling. It took me ages to get out of bed, and I went down, checked on the dog, let her out. And I was tempted to open a Lucozade. I was like, don't open a Lucozade because you've got to drink it. You'll stay awake for ages. Well, stayed awake for ages anyway because I couldn't get back to sleep. So then I set my alarm for 20-ish minutes later than planned. Oh, you're gonna have to wait. You've whatever. I didn't have time to bloody let you across me. Why do people give you attitude when you can't do what they want you to do? Like if I was further back, you could have done it. I really, really want a dash camera for my car. Anyway, basically the time, I kept changing the time, and I ended up changing it to the time that I normally get up, and then I still couldn't get out of bed because I was so tired. So I'm like, right, you can only have half an hour in the shower bath because you need a good hour to get ready if you've got wet hair, and like your hair needs to dry naturally for a bit, and then whatever. Anyway, I left the house about 20 minutes later than I typically do. So it's raining. I've already said that. I knew it was going to rain, but I do have my waterproof jacket coat in the car because all I've come out in is a pair of jeans, and oh my god, is this shop packed? And a Goonies Never Say Die t-shirt. And that was an old drama because I didn't want to wear this t-shirt. Well, I didn't know what I wanted to wear, to be honest. So I started rummaging. My wiper just scared the crap out of me. So yeah, I've got Goonies Never Say Die on, which wasn't the plan. Well, there wasn't a plan. It just wouldn't have been my first choice. Or my last choice. It's not like I put my last choice on. But yeah, nothing's gone right today because for some reason I'm absolutely exhausted. Oh, my fringe, whatever. Won't do what I want. I mean, look at it. I mean, whilst I walk to the shop, it's going to move anyway, so that's my morning so far. And then I'm even fully on camera. I didn't bring a drink and I need a drink. That's good. I've definitely still got whatever I got nearly 7 weeks ago. Like, I've not got the worst of it, but I've still got the back end of it. It won't go, and I'm presuming that's why I'm so tired all the time. Like, I physically couldn't get up on that first alarm, and in fact, I actually, because I set alarms one after another, when my original alarm went off that I'd set for 20 minutes later, which was still well before I normally get up, I fell back to sleep. So then the second alarm goes off and I'm like, oh my god, can I change any of these alarms? And I did. And I still struggled to get up. So I shouldn't be this tired. Anyway, yesterday, I think it was just after 5:30, I had a missed call on my phone, and it was a Blackburn number, or Darwin. Well, it was 01254, so that's more than just Blackburn and Darwin. And I googled the number. Now, sometimes numbers don't come up on Google, it depends. If it's like a private phone number and they've never put the phone number online anywhere, it will never show up. If it's like a business, or like someone's put the number online or whatever, if the number's been put online anywhere, it will show up whose number it is. So I googled it, and then it came up with who it was, and I'm like, can't be. Not going to tell you who it is, spoiler alert, but, and I'm like, why are they ringing me? No. Then I'm thinking, how they got my phone number? So then I'm thinking, by the way, it weren't the police. If it was the police, I would tell you. Anyway, and they're like, why are they ringing me? Like, what's going on? Why are they ringing me? They don't typically ring me. They normally ring my dad. And I'm like, I text my dad, like, have you give such and such my phone number? He's like, no. And I'm like, well, they've just phoned me. And he's like, well, they're closed. I went, yeah, but they have just phoned me. Like, just because they close at that time, it doesn't mean they've finished work. Because just because they're closed and they probably don't accept any phone calls doesn't mean that they're not still there working. Because if you've got work to do, you do it, don't you? Anyway, I mean, some people do. Some people pretend to work from home. But I was like, I was so confused. Then I realised they have my phone number, which I'm surprised they kept it, because I have spoken to them previously, but a very, very, very long time. Not even this year. Maybe not even last year. Maybe last year, I don't know. So they've obviously kept my phone number. And then my dad came home very, very early, because I was texting him because there was a lot of noise going on. And I'm like, he's like, I can hear it. And I'm like, how can you hear it? Because I presumed he was with his friend having a drink, and he wasn't. He was at home. Then I realised he was at home, but I texted him like, how can you hear it? Then I heard his phone, and I'm like, yeah, you can hear it because you're home. And then I'm like, went and saw him, like, why are you home? And he told me, well, I'm not going to say on here. And I'm like, going on about the missed phone call I had, because I'm like, they're obviously trying to get hold of me because they can't get hold of you. I thought you talked to them, because he told me days ago that he'd talked to a particular person, which involves this phone number. And it's a good job I didn't answer the phone, because it turns out my dad had misled me, or some may call it a lie, because it probably is a lie. And he told me that he'd spoken to them, but he hadn't spoke to them, and he's been avoiding their calls. So if I would have answered the phone and they would have said, we're trying to get hold of your dad, I would have gone, he's spoken to you. And they would have gone, no, he hasn't. I would have then called them a liar. So my dad would have got me in trouble then, because I would have potentially called someone a liar, because he told me he'd spoken to them, and he hasn't spoken to them. And he doesn't intend to speak to them apparently till next week. And I said, well, if they ring me, I'm going to have to answer the phone. And he said, well, I can't tell you everything he's told me to tell them, but he's basically said to tell them that he will be in contact. Now, I know that's not going to be till next week, but I've got to leave that part out. But they must be desperate to get hold of him to contact me. So if they ring me today and I'm able to take the call, like, I won't take the call of him in the shop. I'm obviously outside the shop now. But if I'm able to take the call, I will take the call. I mean, he should just ring them himself. In fact, he shouldn't tell me that he's spoken to them, because I potentially almost took that call yesterday. I just didn't get to the phone in time. So I would have said, oh no, you have spoken to him. And they would have gone, no, you haven't. I'm like, well, he told me you have. And I would have basically called them a liar. He shouldn't tell me things that aren't true, really. Because he has a habit of telling me things that aren't true. And then I have a go at people. Well, don't have a go at people. I basically say that they're lying. Because he's lied to me. He needs to stop doing it. I've told him he needs to stop doing it and just tell me the truth. I mean, I know why he's avoiding them. He's told me. Oh, God. So, yeah, he's put me under pressure because now I've got to just whatever. I don't know what they're going to say to me. They might not even tell me why they want to speak to him. They might just say, we're trying to get hold of your dad. Well, so are other people probably, because he's probably avoiding other people. Who knows who he's avoiding? I don't. I'm not taking my bag in. I knew it was going to rain because it said there was like 65% chance of rain. And I knew this was in the car. I get really hot in that. So I'm not taking my bag in because I don't if I've got some in my pockets. So yeah, that's what's going on. I'm very tired. I'll have to film on my way home because am I going home from here? I've not decided. I need to phone my dad now. It depends on what happens in this phone call. I don't know what I'm doing because I'm not going to edit this video. So I could happily go to bed, you know. Happily go to bed. I'm tired. I don't know what's going on with me. I can't keep putting up with this tiredness. I'm gonna go back to the doctors if it carries on. They just fob you off, don't they? I went about my hip the other day and something else, and I felt like the doctor was literally fobbing me off. Like, some days I'm in so much pain I can barely move, and when I move it feels like someone's ripping my bloody hip out, yet he's not giving me anything for it. Why? And he's like, oh, I'll refer you. Well, what about some pain relief for the bad days? Like, I'm not going to take it on the days where it's really uncomfortable and sore, but when it feels like someone's literally ripping my hip out or I'm so stiff I can barely move, then yeah, I might take it. Honestly, I don't think he takes me seriously. My finger's absolutely burning. Well, it's stinging. It's right there, like that bit. And I only briefly caught it on it. I did put it under the tap, but I was told by a fireman years ago that the longer you keep it in cold water, the longer it takes to start to go through the healing process, because it needs to be in, like, not in water because it stops it from healing. So it will burn at first because it's starting to heal, but if you have it in water to try and stop the burning, it's not going to start healing. There you go. It's not even a bad burn, it's just really uncomfortable. Well, it's burning, obviously. It's just not the worst burn in the world. And I only briefly caught myself. I didn't think it would still be hurting. I'm just tired. Probably did it because I am tired. I keep walking into things, like tripping over things. I keep dropping things, and it's because I'm so bloody tired and stressed, but the tiredness is just, I don't think I should be tired nearly 7 weeks into this illness. Like, I feel absolutely exhausted. Anyway, it's getting on because I set off like 15-20 minutes late. Then I was behind someone who was doing under 12 miles an hour under the speed limit. So I've gotten here later than typical, but then again, whatever. Just want to go home. Don't want to be out. I feel uncomfortable being out because the police are allowing someone to intimidate me. Well, no, we don't want evidence. No, you don't, do you? Because it happened to me. Anyone else? Oh, we want all the evidence. Anyway, I am definitely going because I've got to ring my dad. See if he tells me any more lies. Oh yeah, I've spoken to them and them. Oh, why am I getting missed calls from Arthur Lancashire? Because you're avoiding everyone apparently. Well, maybe not everyone, but he's avoiding people he shouldn't be avoiding, and then they're phoning me. They've never phoned me before, because I said, have you avoided them before? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, they've never phoned me before, so they must be desperate to get hold of you. So that's that. On that note, like the video if you want to. Subscribe if you're not already subscribing. And I hope you're having a better day than I'm having so far.